everyone, Nordic Beast here. Yeah, Shipyard stuff with people. Fucking stumbling over my own words. I got Larcarthian here today, and Wiseman. Wiseman's way over there. With the episode I promised that I've been talking about for a while now. And I was actually able to get the two of them together.
I'm totally gonna do shit on that. Oh yeah, I'll do it eventually. Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you wanna do it?
Maybe tomorrow I'll actually, do the mod episode I've been talking about for a while.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe.
you've got a good mod right here that I used.
That is true. This is a hell of a mod. So, this is Larcarthian's construction ring. That uses the nanite control mod.
Which they just updated and has a bunch of shit that I don't know how to use because I built this like a month ago. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be reworking this to incorporate that. They added, like, modules that you can add on to do better production and stuff.
Which reminds me, I'll also put the name of the mod in the description down below and a link so you guys can check it out. Because this is, well, I mean, I'm sure just about everybody who cares about the mod has probably already gotten it because it was at the top of the workshop forever.
Pretty much. It's like, it's the first thing you see, and it's worth it because so much time and love has gone into it, and it shows. It doesn't, it's a little iffy in multiplayer, but, I mean, multiplayer is iffy. So everything is going to be iffy.
Well,
oh yeah, the trials and tribulations of bringing this episode to you people on the tubes.
Yeah, let's just get this out of the way right before we get into anything. Netcode suck right now.
So
I haven't played the game months.
Yeah, so now you guys know when I say why I haven't done like a NID server episode or anything like with other people on Space Engineers lately. Now you can hear why, not just from me.
This took like an hour to set up because shit just kept happening.
Yeah,
and
that's not even including the hour I spent trying to get Space Engineers to run on my laptop.
And you
just lost connection.
So you can see down there, there are some green blocks. Larcarthian,
I was making sure.
Yeah, he was making sure that the mod still worked properly and everything, and
because he added he added quite a bit of stuff to the mod, so I didn't know if it still worked the same way. I'm probably still gonna, I might still redo it to incorporate the new modules, like there's efficiency modules and that. I'll probably read up from the mod page on how to use that stuff. There's like beacons for repairs and deconstruction now, actually. So besides repairing ships, you can deconstruct things with these guys now.
Which that's awesome.
I know, it's like the most versatile tool. And if you don't know what this is at all, I would like to give a demonstration, but it's so laggy and annoying at the moment, it slowed the game down to unplayable standards, more unplayable than it is.
And we're having enough issues at the moment anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it's essentially a projection welding system.
Exactly.
You project something and it welds at a very long distance, but everything has to be fully connected. Through the conveyor system. It has
to all be conveyed.
Yep.
It takes massive amounts of power. Like, when Nordic looks around this place, you'll notice that there is a lot of large reactors. I don't know necessarily if I need this all, but when I was testing with just the regular one, I was noticing a lot of power drops with using just like, one large reactor. It was still using quite a bit of power. It's had a lot of time and thought put into it. It's probably one of the most balanced mods I think I've seen.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. Yes, it has the advantage, or it seems overpowered because of how far it can construct.
Exactly.
But it constructs slowly, and it takes a lot of power, so it's very balanced.
The modules also enhance these abilities, but now you draw even more power unless you use the power enhancement module.
Yeah, and you have to put in thought into where you're going to put all that stuff while building.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right, well, let's take a look around. Basically, this is your control area for it, which, by the way, it does have gravity. We just shut the gravity off so that the gravity isn't mixing with the whale shark over there.
That was when we were planning on having me slowly fly the whale shark inside, and Nordic would get a time lapse of that.
With the whole jitteriness and everything, which my game just froze up. Not gonna happen. We're gonna do some very nice things.
Okay, so that but before we go on a tour here, that was the last thing. So Wiseman placed the whale shark near the construction ring. It spun around as soon as it went down, half a spin through. It smacks the construction ring, and they both go flying off in opposite directions. And then left a phantom version of the whale shark that they could see, but I could not.
Yeah,
it was kind of trippy because we were flying through it, and
yeah, but this actually started as I saw the mod, I wanted to try it out, and it started with literally just a small little, honestly, it looked kind of like the middle, like just a projector and a single nanite constructor underneath of it. I started with that, and somehow it just evolved into this mess.
I don't know about a mess, but I remember that night, you had built just that middle portion. It was like, and it looked like just kind of like a small station with all that. I come back the next day, and you're like, Nordic, I built this big construction ring. I'm like, no, I saw it. You're like, no, you haven't seen anything. And I joined in this.
It got out of hand!
And it was pretty much like most of the ring, but it didn't have like the sides or anything like that built in yet. None of the rooms.
I'm not really. I do function mostly. Like I think it turned out well, but I definitely was never really one for interior and exterior design. So I hope it looks okay.
Well, the interior is still a bit barren, but it still looks nice. The architecture
I
design
actually gave
is
it
excellent.
to you. I gave it to you to do stuff with it. I said you can do whatever you want with the interior, and he never did anything.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to go over in this place. There's right now we're inside basically the space station for, well, glitches like what happened with Wiseman. There are a lot of hydrogen thrusters. Getting launched out at max speed, this thing is still going to take a long ass time to slow down because of how massive it is. But if it gets jostled by a large ship, it does have a way of slowing itself down. There's also gyros in case it gets spun.
Which we found out what happened when my little Boulder destroyer bumped into it.
Yeah. They flared up for like a few seconds, and then everything was fine.
Tore a hole in the side of my ship. I think I ripped 3 blocks off of this thing.
The room that we just passed, actually, on the outside, and we'll probably get to that, the room that we're in right now, besides the gyros and the med bays, all these conveyors lead out to oxygen generators, which the oxygen farms, so that they can be used in case of an emergency. There's several large solar arrays on the top and bottom to try and augment power in case, I don't know, you somehow run out of uranium. There's so much storage on this place, I don't know how you would do that. But there are 4 hangars. I'm lagging behind, unfortunately, so I can't follow you out.
No worries.
There are 4 hangars for small vessels to enter the area. There's also, I think, a total of 12 connectors for small ships to deliver components on the outside above. So 6 on each side, as well as the...
I love these arches. These arches are just great.
I was just kind of fooling around. I didn't know what I was really doing. I'm glad you like it. Honestly, it kind of looks like the entire thing. It kind of looks like several different people made the thing, made different parts and mashed them together.
Maybe you were just in a different mood per day.
That happens constantly.
It's like playing video games with Dracul.
Yeah.
You don't know what Dracul you're gonna get that day.
Yeah.
But where was I? There are, speaking of delivering things, there are several large refineries on the center top of the ring, which I'm moving fairly slowly. But there are several large I say large refineries, but there's only one. Anyway, there's, I think, 8? Yeah, 4 either side, so you'll constantly be providing. They all have one of the upgrades on them.
I never noticed you had hydrogen tanks up here.
And there's plenty of space for hydrogen, as well as plenty of oxygen generators. Inside this central bit is, I think like 1/4 is oxygen generators, the other 1/4 is oxygen tanks, and then the rest is all assemblers. So
okay, yeah, I see them all.
If you don't have the actual parts, but you have the raw materials, you can make everything here if necessary.
User in your channel timed out.
Oh, bye, Wiseman.
Bye, Wiseman.
He's having some trouble today.
Well,
So-
when isn't everything having problems anyway? But the total thing uses now. This was made before the update, so I don't know what changes have been made to the actual nanite factories. They could be using less power.
User
They could be
entered your
using more
channel.
power. Wiseman's back, thank God.
Hi, Wiseman.
Water. This
I
happens.
don't know what's been changed, but right now the thing runs off of 6. 4 on the bottom, 2 on the top.
Of the
and-
nanite controllers.
Yes, and as far as I can see, you can throw almost anything in here that can fit, and it can reach almost everywhere. Like, it has to be really, really long for it to not reach.
Mm-hmm.
Just I can't stop gushing over the mod just because of how well made it is and how well
Yeah.
thought out.
Well, my thing about it also is like the mod itself looks pretty like borderline vanilla. Like, I mean,
I know,
it's
right?
a little bit of a complex model, but I mean the detail is relatively low, and so it still looks like
And it's animated.
yeah. It's got the
fully
little
animated.
the little nanites you see.
It doesn't.
wisp out.
You don't. Unfortunately, you don't see the actual nanites in when you're with another person in their room.
Yeah.
You only see it client side, as well as the render distance is very short, so you have to be like really up close.
Yeah.
But you do actually see nanites. I'm sorry, I'm gassy.
No worries.
I had ice cream before this because I was so depressed at all the shit that was going on. But anyway, you can actually see the nanites. They'll collect the materials. They'll fan out from the central controller, go out to the projection, and actually come back and get stuff. And they'll change colors to signify what they're doing.
Yeah.
As well as the nanite controller itself will change colors to signify I need power, I need components, and I'm working fine.
That's cool.
Very nice.
I didn't actually know that part about the mod. That's cool.
Yeah, it's color-coded like that. Also...
Oh, so that's real helpful for those colorblind people, huh?
If anyone does wonder how the actual projector works, it's 2 projectors. One just projects a merge block on top, and then the rest actually projects everything on top of that, which actually messed up the projection, and it's 1 block lower than it should be. So you can detach the ship, and all you have to do is grind a single merge block on the bottom from this.
That's a really good idea, because then the actual ship you're projecting doesn't have to have a merge block into it. You're already putting one on there.
Let me get a grinder real quick. Oh wait, we're in creative. Duh.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
Don't do anything too crazy now.
You can see under this that there's another merge block. The one on top is obviously the one that gets constantly projected, so that once the thing goes, once the ship disconnects and flies away, it'll try and make another projection block, which the nanites will do.
Yeah.
Because they're awesome.
So this is one of the other things about the your construction ring is how you can actually come out here when gravity's on, and then on either end you've got those these walkways that dip down. Yeah, and my Thor actually fits in here, though it kind of sticks out either side. I was able to slide in here though.
Long ships. If they don't get welded, there's plenty of spots to have smaller welding ships to come out and help if need be.
Oh, you know, and that's I was gonna say that's a thought. You could have one like a smaller large ship with one of these on there, but it won't work unless it's conveyed.
Oh, that's
to
another
the
thing, though. I completely forgot. The station can be self-repairing if you want it to be. Just project a projection of itself over it, and it'll repair itself. I think there might have been some changes in the mod now that they have like a repair beacon. I don't know how that works. I haven't read up on it. I just learned about it before we started recording. I'll probably look it up after this.
So,
but
This is the other thing I like is the hydrogen thrusters you were talking about. How they're in the wing, and then there's some pointing like front and back on the outside of the ring.
So yeah, because this thing is so large, it would definitely not be good if everyone on the server had one, and I would definitely think this more as a public area for people to come together on a it could be a small or a large server. Just have this orbit like a central planet or something that you have.
Or there's another mod that when you place it within a certain area, it makes things indestructible. So you could have like the server owner own it and then make it indestructible, and then people could just build from
you
it.
may have noticed that there are some Gatling turrets around to help try and protect against AI incursions, I guess you could say.
Or meteors, like,
Or
when the blonde
meteors.
host turns meteors on accident. Whoops.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
But there are a few. I don't actually remember how many. I think there's like 4 either side Gatling turrets underneath, and then I think there's 2 up top either side. So, because I didn't really think that because the place is because the place is self-repairing, I didn't think that it was that big of a deal if it were to take a beating. Because as long as the major systems stay intact and you have a way of refilling the nanite constructors, you could build this place from, the basics. You can build the place from just a single nanite constructor.
Did I lose connection just now?
Yes, you did.
You can build the place from just a single nanite constructor, a large reactor, and a cargo container connected to the nanite constructor. That's all it takes. It's an amazing mod, and I am glad that I built this place, but I will say that I ran into so many walls while I was building it. Like, I didn't know how to do some of the stuff, because I am just, I've never really done anything like this before.
Yeah, I was amazed. This is a massive project you took on, and it looks gorgeous.